Yashwant, ultimately, if these numbers hold, it would be, the middle class is talked about so less in any election, and it will ultimately become the biggest X factor in this particular election for the Aam Aadmi Party. The demise of the Aam Aadmi Party would be written by the middle class that resurrected him in Delhi.
Of course, yes, and Rajdeep is absolutely right. It will come down to relative turnout numbers, Preeti, because which section has come out more. I mean, just like I mentioned, the reasons for voting up, when we asked people who were not voting for up, why are you voting against up? And their reasons are also kind of an eye-opener. I mean, number one, the biggest factor was Narendra Modi, about 20 out of 100, basically the budget and what has delivered. So that part is taken care of. Second one was about 18 out of 100, that Shishmal controversy and that entire image of Aam Aadmi Party, and that thing is coming down in that way. But after that, 4-5 reasons given by them were cumulatively, like for example, I'm just looking at the data right now, poor state of drinking water supply, basically the sewage and the road and that kind of thing, poor management of garbage. That's almost like every 10th voter who went against Aam Aadmi Party. So if you club that together, you realize you are looking at almost like 55 to 60% of the anti-AAP voters who have voted on the basic civic issues. So something tells me that, probably once they were in power in MCD, they could not blame the BJP anymore for the civic issues in Delhi. Going beyond the freebies, the fact remains that the Delhi under Sheila Dikshit, which was a world-class metropolitan, the infrastructure and everything crumbled down in the last 10 years, and that is something which became important. And yes, Aam Aadmi Party being no more the same party as they used to be, that was one of the clarion calls for the male voters.
Right.
But the bottom line, Rajdeep, still remains. I believe the sharp 72 hours turn is not less about the swing, but more about the better turnout of the middle class voters. People who sit at home but do not go out. I think budget was really, really critical in terms of enthusing them,
right,
in basically providing a fodder to the network of the RSS workers to pull them out, that now you got what you wanted, why the hell are you sitting at home? I think that became a critical thing,
right,
for the turnout factor.
And it reflects there, Sanjay, because you see the income group which makes over 1 lakh, and you see such a huge shift, 25% and over 60% vis-a-vis for the Aam Aadmi Party and the BJP. It seems, Sanjay, that this was the perfect political storm that the BJP brewed to, win back the middle class.
Preeti, is not surprising. If you look at the verdict of 2015 and 2020 also, Aam Aadmi Party has been very, very popular among the poor class and the lower classes. Not that Aam Aadmi Party did not get votes among the middle class and the upper class, but proportionately Aam Aadmi Party got more votes among the poor and the lower class. But I think even in this election, whatever vote Aam Aadmi Party is going to get, they are getting more votes, at least the exit poll estimates suggest, they are getting more votes among the lower class people, poor and the lower class people who are, whose income is less than 10,000 rupees. But I think the big game changer is going to be the middle class, which we are discussing right now. We have seen from Lok Sabha to the Vidhan Sabha elections, the middle class vote have swung from Lok Sabha to the to assembly election from BJP to Aam Aadmi Party. In this election, it doesn't seem to have happened, and one factor which we are all discussing may be the announcement made by the BJP government about the income tax slab. That has made some impact, and also the perception which got created because Aam Aadmi Party and Arvind Kejriwal were sitting on a very high pedestal, honest party, honest chief minister. So all the allegation which has been levelled against Aam Aadmi Party, Arvind Kejriwal, actually has dented his image, and that is going to cost him very dearly in this election.
Amitabh Tiwari,
can I just make a small...
Yeah.
I just want to tell, it's very interesting, Preeti, that in 2015 and 2020, the BJP tried to project a face to take on AAP. Kiran Bedi in 2015 and Manoj Tiwari to some extent in 2020. This time they didn't do
Dr.
that.
Harshvardhan in 2013.
Yeah, and Harshvardhan earlier 2013. This time they stayed away completely from that, and most of the posters only had Prime Minister Modi. The moment they did that, they tried to sort of rekindle a certain affection that the Prime Minister has to a large extent among urban middle class voters. And if these numbers are right, I think the BJP strategy has worked. Clearly, Kejriwal versus who was not working for the BJP when it came to a straight leadership contest at the local level. So in some way, they made this election about Mr. Modi at the top, taking on Arvind Kejriwal in the perhaps sending out the message that we will give you special benefits, like the budget benefits, if the government is the same at the center and the state. And it could well have worked, especially among the middle classes.